are you, Sheriff?
Old. Bring everything you got.
Well, we're obviously well-versed in Arnold's filmography, but before you guys did The Last Stand, how much of Johnny's work were you familiar with? Have you seen all the crazy stuff he's done over the years?
Well, I was very excited when Lorenzo Benaventura, the producer of our movie, when he originally pitched the story to me and the script, mentioned that Johnny Knoxville is one of the characters they were thinking of getting to create the comic relief. And that was actually one of the selling points, because I have been a big admirer of his work. It's great entertainment to sit there and to watch all the silly stuff that he is able to pull off. And my kids are crazy about him and crazy about his films. And when I told them that he might be in a movie, they were all excited about it. And I always know that when my kids are excited over something, because they're really tuned in on what works and what doesn't.
The idea of sitting, you sitting there watching Jackasses, it makes me really happy. How does it make you feel?
It makes me ecstatic. I'm sitting here trying not to grin too much. But
if you could go back through Arnold's filmography and show up in another one of his movies, what movie would you like to be in that he was in over the years?
Well, we talked about Conan earlier. And
that would be funny, huh? I mean, think of him and me, fighting it out against the enemy, against the sorcerers and the witches.
I can't even hold up the sword.
Exactly,
like falling over,
hacking away. I mean, that would be very funny.
When you look at your life, it's really incredible, and you just laid it all out for us in a recent book. Now, as you embark on this next chapter of your Hollywood career, with The Last Stand being the first movie in your return, if you say, what are you looking to accomplish, and how are you approaching the movie business differently now than when you started out?
Well, I always had one thing, and that is that I concentrate always on what is it that the fans would like to see, rather than what is it that I want to do. I mean, of course, it has to be something that I want to do, but I mean, the most important thing is to satisfy the fans. It seemed to me right from the beginning, enjoyed me in action movies, because that's what made things believable, because I had the body for it and the moves for it and all of this. So I developed myself into an action star in the late 70s, early 80s, and then throughout the 90s, and so these movies were very successful. So to me, it was always important, does a story play not only in America, but also how would it play in Germany, how would it play in the Middle East, how would it play in Africa or in Asia, in Australia, and all of those places. It has to be in a global economy, and movies have to be sold globally, and so it's important that the fans really enjoy the movie globally. And so to me, that's this movie, again, Last Stand, is one of those films that I felt that story is a universal story. It's the underdog trying to make it and to succeed and to emerge as the victor, and with all the dramas and obstacles that are created there. The comedy and the comic relief also works internationally.
So that's how we picked it. Just the fact you're like in a movie with Arnold, you're still like
happy to be in the same room with them.
Switching gears, lastly, just to politics for a moment. Is there something you're most proud of from your time as governor, and something you wish you had more time to work on?
Well, I think that everyone in politics will always tell you that they wished that they could accomplish all of the goals that they set out to accomplish, but no one ever does. And so you're happy if you reach more than half of your goals. And we were very happy that we were able to pass some really serious legislation when it comes to the environment, to protect the environment, create more renewable energy in California, make California 40% more energy efficient, and the low carbon fuel standards and the renewables up to 33% and all of those kind of things. And also to make Democrats and Republicans come together on rebuilding California, because California's infrastructure was getting old. The last one that really built infrastructure was Pat Brown. So I wanted to continue on, if it is to the water infrastructure, if it is the transportation infrastructure, schools, university buildings, prisons, and so on. And so we went through that and came to a great agreement and started building over $60 billion worth of infrastructure. And we are doing this over a period of 10 years. So there's another 4 or 5 years left on that. So I think it's very important that we have the really good infrastructure and not live off the past.
You accomplished a lot of your goals. My goal is to find this shirt that you were wearing in a picture we took when I was 10 years old.
That's a great picture.
I don't know, any insight?
There's a James shirt from a Hawaiian company, so I'm sure I still have it hanging in the closet.
Yeah, okay.
So if you want me to send it to you, I can do that.